Finally, the Bad Batch is coming to the Vintage Collection. It took long enough, but we've got Hunter. It's funny, we got that Bad Batch, Vintage Collection 3 or 4 pack, and none of the Bad Batch were in it. It was Rex, couple Commanders, and the Elite Squad Trooper. It was no Bad Batch. But finally, we have a brand new Bad Batch Hunter figure in the Vintage Collection, and it is pretty snazzy. I really do enjoy it. And before you ask, no, I do not have the new plain Andor Phase 2 Clone Trooper yet. I'll get it when I get it. I'm not in a rush, but I just found this Hunter at Target. I didn't even order it. I didn't even have it on pre-order. I'm like, I'll get it when I get it. And I found it at Target. Awesome. It's a pretty cool figure. I really do enjoy it. So before we look at him, obviously, let's take a look at the card. And I do have to say, they've really been nailing it. They really have. It's a really cool picture of Hunter right there. I love this color. I don't know if I've seen that before. If I haven't, it's really cool. And if it has been used before, it's been sparingly used. And I feel like it was very nicely used here. Taking a look on the other side. The other figures we have Cassian Andor, the Velsartha I will not buy. Cal Kestis. I will be getting that Star Killer. I do have the old one that came out back in the day. But he has an outfit option. I want to have the other outfit. The Clone Trooper I do not have yet. I did actually find Aldani Mission Cassian at Target as well. Hunter today. And I will get Admiral Piet. I'll actually review Admiral Piet and Cassian Andor together. Because they're kind of, in Imperial outfits. And I'll give I might throw Starkiller in that video too, if I get him at the same time. But the clone will definitely be his very own, very involved video. And once I get that, I will do every Phase 2 3 3/4 inch white clone trooper ever. I've been waiting to do that until this new mold comes out. So, with that being said, there's a card back. And here is our Hunter figure. So what does he come with? He comes with stuff. So obviously, you can see he's in his cool, iconic, putting his knife away pose or drawing it out. He's got his vibro knife, which you can take on out of his little sheath right there, which is glued on. So very similar to the Black Series 1, they might be reusing this for, particular kinds of characters. Yeah, it's a cool little knife. I like the little paint on it. It's cute. He does have his backpack, which is pretty similar to the 6-inch one, and I will compare it to the 6-inch figure in this video. I do like that sculpt on the back, though. Actually, I'm curious right now. Does the 6-inch have that? No! The 6-inch does not have that sculpt. So that's interesting. The 6-inch, though, does have all the scrapes and scuffs in the armor, and this new one does not. So I think it'll lend itself better to certain repaints, which I hope they do. And now, granted, I'm sure people will be like, oh, I wish they did new molds, blah, blah. Yeah, I think it works. I'll show you. Here, let's have him put the knife away. And then obviously he's going to ask, Omega, are you all right? And that's what he always says. He does come with a little DC-17, which is pretty cool, because he used that sometimes. Sometimes he had a random holster in the show. None of the figures have given him that, though. I don't know if the Hot Toys did. I don't remember. Yeah, he had a holster sometimes. To explain why he had this random DC-17. It's cool they include it, but since it doesn't have a holster, it is kind of whatever. But he does come with the DC-17 Commando Blaster, which is, again, very tiny. It's very tiny, because in the Bad Batch they were a smaller size. But for a realistic interpretation, I do think they should be a lot bigger. Now, granted, I do feel like the 3 3/4 inch ones were a little too big. Just a smidgen, but I feel like it was a nicer size in general. Here it is with Fixer in his gun. You can see it's such a size change. And here for laughs, I gotta try it. Let's see how he looks with the classic sized one. So you can see, seeing that looks too big, right? That looks too big for Hunter. But for this, oh my gosh, little Fixer with a tiny little gun. Oh my goodness, little Fixer. Anyways, yeah, I think for Hunter it works. I didn't change out the gun for my Black Series Hunter. I don't think I'll change it out here, but I feel like it's less of a rifle and more of pew pew, just one-handed. So I'll probably have Hunter with this and the DC-17. I hope they don't take too long with the other members of the team in TVC. Honestly, I think it should just get it out of the way and make them a special action figure set. Just like, here's a set with, you know, Tech and Wrecker and Echo, and we'll do Imperial Crosshair on his own, or, you know, like a Crosshair 2-pack or whatever, I don't know. Or maybe another special action figure set, like, we'll have 2 sets. 6 figures, 2 sets. We'll have, how about this? We'll have Tech, Wrecker, and Republic Crosshair to complete the Clone Wars version of the team. And then we'll have a Bad Batch set with Omega, Echo, and Imperial Crosshair. That would be cool if Vintage Collection like was more consistent with just how many figures they released. That would be a great way to get the entire team out quickly. But, you know, they'll probably take their time doing one by one, and we'll have the whole team in probably like 2 years. Fingers crossed it doesn't take that long, but we'll see. But yeah, really cool figure. And there's one more accessory that I've yet to show off, and it is, in my opinion, the most impressive. So the helmet, number 1, looks very, very nice. Has tons of nice little detail in there. Oh my gosh, he's got a little bit of dirt under his nail. I filmed this after my Play-Doh, like, dollar store video. I think it's a piece of Play-Doh that got under my nail, because I cleaned my nail before I filmed all the videos. There we go. I got the Play-Doh out. But yeah, he's got the helmet. Looks very, very nice. And just breaking his neck real quick. You can see there's tons of paint on it. But taking it off, look at that head. That is really nicely done. There's a reason I had to make it the thumbnail of the video, because it's just really cool. Look at that little tiny skull up there. It's so well done. That is great. That is a very nice looking Rambo clone trooper. I like that. I'm actually tempted to display him with the helmet off. I really am. Because he just looks so cool just holding it. And, you know, with his Rambo haircut and Rambo band. Yeah, that's a sweet look. That's a really sweet look. So yeah, I really recommend this guy. Let's go with his articulation. So, double ball joint at the head, tons of nice range. With the helmet, you can see a lot of up, a little bit of down, side to side. They did a very similar thing with the shoulders as the Black Series, where it's like a shoulder overlay. So like they'll go with the shoulders, but you can also manipulate it where they don't go with the shoulders. So depending on your pose, you could kind of figure it out that way. Elbows move really nice. The wrists, he does have an in and out with this wrist, not double up and down. But I can kind of understand, since he's got a knife and also he's got a rifle. I think that works for him, because he does have an up and down with this wrist that works very well. So, you know, I would kind of prefer up and down for both, but I can understand why one of them's in and out. Because, I mean, look at that. That looks good. That looks good. Ball joint at the torso. Doesn't give you a lot of crunch, but does give you a little bit of motion. The legs, awesomely. They finally have designed it in such a way where there's enough empty space. You can move the leg without having to, like, swivel the armor out of the way. See where the armor is actually going into the body? That is very nice. I mean, you still can't swivel the thigh if you think it looks unnatural. But, yeah, I think that just makes for a more solid, smooth action figure experience. The knees bend very nice, very deep. And he got ankles. Ankles, they do ankle things. It's effortless to get him kneeling. Effortless. Boom. Check it. He's kneeling. Looks great. Looks great. His thigh swivel is a little, I wouldn't say loose, it's free. He has a free thigh swivel. Like, you can see, it's not going to just, you know, move around. There's still a lot of friction there. Like, the weight of the figure will make the thigh swivel go. So keep that in mind. You know, it might interrupt a few things you're trying to do with it. One thing I wish this was hollow, just so I could put the gun back there. That'd be kind of cool. Kind of like the original G.I. Joe 25th Anniversary Cobra Bat. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's do a full comparison with a couple different figures here. So here is our Vintage Collection Hunter with the Black Series one we've had for, like, what, 2 years now? We've had it for quite a while. And, yeah, you can see it's very similar for sure. They're the same character. They do the same things. One thing, though, I think on this one, Yeah, you need to move the armor out of the way. It doesn't just tuck underneath. This one does have a cool face as well. It does look very similar. I mean, it's Hunter, you know. He's gonna hunt things. He's gonna look like Hunter. I really do like this Black Series one. I obviously prefer the Republic Commando repaints of this mold. They're my favorite Black Series figures, period. But that's a very fun Black Series clone trooper. However, I think a lot of us are thinking that, you know, since they redid this mold for the Republic Commandos in Gaming Greats, and since Gaming Greats does exist in 3 3/4 inch, are they going to repaint this as Boss? Let's kind of do a little bit of an analysis. So here is our old Boss with our new Hunter, because one of the biggest concerns is, oh, the Hunter armor, like, yeah, it's a Republic Commando armor, but it's so skinny compared to the Republic Commandos. It's so skinny. That's a custom pistol, by the way. That doesn't come with this guy. But let's kind of assess how skinny the pistol flew out anyway. It's okay. Let's assess how skinny the new mold truly is. It's like looking at the chest, you can see it's a little skinnier on this. It's less defined, I think. The armor is less defined. But, you know, it doesn't look super anorexic. The arms, I can definitely say, especially the biceps. Look at how big the biceps are in the original. And the new ones, it's kind of like, yeah, it's an arm. I think the biceps are going to be a pretty big influence for a lot of people. Who knows? They might retool some things in 3 3/4 inch. We'll see. The legs are about the same. Not too drastic of a difference there. I don't know. I think it could work. I'd buy them. If they gave this guy a new helmet, repainted it, called it Boss, I'd buy it. I'd definitely buy it. And I think it'd be a really fun figure, too. I just think the problem is it would have the same exact inaccuracies as the Black Series. So if, this is a big if they decide to make this into this, what I would like to see, I want to see a few new molds. So obviously it's going to need a new helmet. We already know that. This is going to need a new helmet. But I would hope, since I'm pretty sure this helmet is a very soft plastic, and it's, I think, the same plastic used on the shoulders, it would be nice if they were on a similar mold, at least with the new one, so they could give us new shoulder pads, because I think the shoulder pads being changed would help. And honestly, I wouldn't mind new arms entirely. New arms entirely, I think, would really benefit it. I don't think the legs or the torso really need changing. They could use a change, but I don't think they need it. But I think as long as they give him a new helmet and new arms, so he has the elbow pads, bulkier arms, different shoulder pads, I think that would really work. But I just see him doing a new head. One thing I just noticed, actually, this one has a detail that's more accurate than the 6-inch. On the waist here, you can see it's like dark armor, and then it's like bright in the middle. That's dark and then bright in the middle, but it's all just bright on the Black Series one. So in a way, this 3 3/4 inch is more accurate. Take that, Black Series fans! Vintage Collection Master Race all the way. I mean, I prefer TVC for sure. I feel like I finally have a Hunter that goes with all my other clone troopers. Super quick addition, because I feel like this needs to be pointed out. The holes in the feet are totally shallow, and you cannot put him on a stand. Those just are not holes. They're indents. You can see his foot is thick enough. They could have given it more of a hole, or they could have moved it forward on the foot, but no, he just has no hole. So if you want this guy on a display base, nope, it's just not going to happen. He is really cool, though. I do like him. Yeah, this is cool. Definitely like it. If you're a Clone Trooper fan, this is a no-brainer. It's Hunter. Come on, you want this. It's a really cool figure. Poses really well. Really fun. I really hope we do get Republic Commando retools of this, because it's a fun figure, man. I think it would work. I'm sure some people will be like, oh, I want to see the Republic Commandos in a new mold. Yeah, ideally. But if this is the only way to get us Republic Commandos, I'll deal with it. Now, granted, if Hot Toys goes and just retools Hunter, or just repaints Hunter and doesn't retool him at all, and makes Republic Commandos, that's going to be irritating. But then again, it's Hot Toys. They usually always go the extra mile to make sure it's accurate. So I'd imagine they'd retool a lot. I'm really hoping Hot Toys makes Delta Squad. that would be $1,000 easily gone. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. All channel members were able to see this video as well as others early. If you want to be a member, just hit the join button. As little as $1 a month, you get early access to content. I just, want to put that out there in case you want it, but if you don't, any support that is put my way, even just watching it, it's more than enough for me. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.